Micah Frankel, Cage Mines, on location with the Brown Bomber, Wilfredo Santiago Jr., ahead of BKFC 28, August 27th, here at the Rio Rancho Event Center. His first time taking the gloves off. Gotta ask, my friend, why are you taking the gloves off? Why endeavor into this new sport?
To be honest with you, I kind of feel like this is my element. I mean, this is what we grew up doing. When I tell people all the time, this is what I grew up doing in the street, this is what I grew up doing in the street. Back then, if you had a problem, man, you just had to go to the park, duke it out with somebody, and that was it. You know, it wasn't about nothing escalating or nothing like that. So, and I did this a lot growing up, so I kind of feel like I'm back in my element. I'm excited actually about it. I don't gotta worry about no takedown, none of that other extra stuff other than just boxing. Which I've been boxing. I've been boxing now since I was pretty much a kid. Boxing runs in my family. I never competed in it, but I've always been training boxing since I can remember. So I feel like I'm in my element.
Was this something that had been on your mind, a sport that you'd wanted to try for a while? This was something that had been brewing under the surface for a minute?
Well, long story short, we've been trying to get on BKFC for a while now. I guess things just never worked out the way they were supposed to. I guess everything happens on God's time. In the beginning, I wasn't with it, but like towards after a while, I was just like, oh wow, it was just something that as I started to see more, and I got a good friend of mine that's actually the double champion, Luis Palomino. That's my guy right there. That's the big bro, man. He gave, I seen him getting involved with it, and it's just, it's just been ever since then. I'm like, yo, if he could do it, I could do it, cause Louis, Louis with his consistency of work, as the guy, I had a conversation with him before all this started, and he was getting ready to retire, and there was nothing that I can say that that can convince his mind. And then a couple months passed by, and then I heard he was doing the BKFC thing, and since he's been doing it, he's double champ. He's the man, and just with his hard work, consistency of what he's been doing to get to the point where he's at has motivated me, man. Has motivated me, and I'm like, yo, I could do that shit too. Let's get it in. It's my element, so let's go. So that's how it's been going.
Did you reach out for him for any little tricks of the trade about the battleground, getting into that squared circle, literally that round battleground for the first time?
Well, to be honest with you, I honestly kind of feel like this whole opportunity that I'm getting fighting with BKFC is he has a big part to do with it, to be honest with you, because when BKFC was first being announced out here, he was the one that was like, I think BKFC had made a post or something like that, and he had wrote a comment on it, tagging me on a post about trying to like, about showing me love, and getting me some light to try to get me on the card. So and once I figured that out and I saw what was going on, I found out because of him that we was having the BKFC in New Mexico, and then we talked to my guys and was able to get the job done on our end. I've spoken to him a couple times, but I haven't really quite gotten into him about the details about all that type of stuff. But it will happen before fight night.
We also know that this is a return to you. It's been a little bit of a layoff. No, it wasn't your choice. How does it feel, though, to be back in the gym and to be training with a date on mind?
Why'd you have to ask me that question? Nah, it's been, I get emotional about it, just you asking me. Nah, it's been a rough road back. Not like you said, not wanting to, but just, things happening. A lot of people close to me passing away and stuff like that. So I had to come back for that. My mental health was, I needed to get it right. And being back in the gym now, I missed it. I missed it. I've been, the people, somebody at the gym the other day was asking me, he's like, hey, you have anybody training with you? I'm like, yeah, but I go, I don't wait for nobody, though. I'm here, and when they get here, they get here. They know what time I get here. You know what I'm saying? And the dude, I don't know, he kind of took a new fond of me or respect or whatever, just of me, of my attitude towards, getting back in the gym and just training and not waiting for no excuses, not getting no excuses in the way. and it's been an emotional roller coaster, like I said, for this camp. But being in the gym, it's giving me that extra push. This next run that I'm getting ready to take on, this next journey that I'm getting ready to take on, it's a big it's for my mom. I lost her. She was one of the ones that passed away, and it's just been the push, the strength, the hard work, the dedication, everything is dedicated is for my mom. So you expect a different animal out there.
What has it been like getting back to your roots and getting back to the familiar sport of boxing, of using your hands most of all, while you're also going through this emotional recovery? Seems like they kind of went hand in hand.
It's been emotional, but I've also been using it to fuel my energy, fuel my motivation, fuel just everything in general. I've over a year. I don't know if I've ever told you, if you know, but I've been a vegan now for over a year, which is great. I've switched up my diet. I've switched up a bunch of stuff. This is actually one of the easiest weight cuts I've ever had. But just the emotional part of it, it's the first fight I have without my mom, without her talking shit to me, because my mom never really, she wanted me to stop fighting after a while. And this will be the first fight that I don't have that, and it's gonna be, it's been emotional in that sense, because she never really liked it, but she supported me because she knew that it was something that I liked. And now I just don't have that no more. But I know she's with me, she's rocking with me. But at the same time, though, I know my dream of being a fighter was because of the story she used to tell me about one of my uncles that was first cruiserweight champion for Puerto Rico. So. Boxing runs in my family, so I'm excited, man. Just excited to keep the family name alive, represent for my mom, and just hold it down.
All right, well, drop some knowledge on us. Who was that family member? Give us the actual name here and a little bit of that story your mom used to tell us, because I'm sure there's more than just you were related to a champion boxer.
Nah, when I was a kid, my mom would always tell me stories about one of my famous uncles and stuff that I had from Puerto Rico. His name was Horacio Ocasio. They call him Jaws. He was a heavyweight. And I believe his record was, I think, either 17-7 or 19-7 or 9, something like that. All his wins were by knockouts. He fought Evander Holyfield. He was able to fight Lennox Lewis. He didn't win, but he got there, though. You know what I'm saying? He was the first cruiserweight champion for Puerto Rico at that time. And I think it was in the 70s, early 70s or mid-70s. And she would always tell me stories about him. And then on, from when I was a kid, I knew that's what I wanted to do.
So this punching power, it has been passed down through generations.
It could be. Well, not only that, man, but I got a good, what you call it, my boxing foundation is, in my opinion, is second to best. I learned from one of my guys. Not only did I learn from him, but I'm still learning from him, which is my boxing coach from back home. His name is Bugsy Martinez, and this guy, man, just last year, man, we almost lost him as well. I'm not sure if I ever told you, but he was pretty ill, and we almost lost him. And within that circumstance of happening, me seeing him fight for his life, and him fighting and fighting and eventually getting a heart transplant and doing all that stuff, now looking healthy, like looking at that and seeing how he overcome that just gave me like a different meaning of fighting for me, a different here's my boxing coach on his dying bed, and he's fighting for his life. So me looking at that, seeing that, it's just put a whole new perspective on fighting for me.
Man, what an old school boxing name does he have? Just right off the bat, right away. I'm like, it kind of fit the bill, a boxer right there.
Nah, man, that's my guy, man. This guy, actually, it was me and him that came up with the name, the Brown Bomber. Because not only did he teach me about boxing, but he taught me the science about boxing. He taught me how to adapt to different styles. He taught me how to learn from other coaches at a certain way that it's real rare from fighters, these days. He taught me how to watch film, and not only that, man, but he's like a pops, big brother type thing to me, and very important in my life. And just watching him go through that battle and overcoming it, and he's very positive into my life. Every time I have an issue, whatever, I call him. He's a great support and a great influence in my life that's been to this point in terms of my boxing, with my boxing and the knowledge of the game. it's and it's just it's exciting, man. It's something like I said that I've been doing my whole life, and watching him go through that struggle, man, has given me a new perspective on fighting. On fighting in life, and again, man, I respect my opponent to the fullest, but you guys gonna see a different animal out there.
You also bring up the physical a little bit ago, a couple minutes ago, and we don't need to get in detail. I know there was a couple ailments a couple years ago that were slowing you down. There was some underlying stuff throughout the last couple fight camps. That's years ago, so I've seen you in the gym. I've seen some videos, and we're just talking about the dancing videos on IG. Will's, amateur stripping back there in the warehouse for the day job. but you're looking light, so it looks like the way you're physically feeling is much improved over these last couple of years, even.
Yeah, well, those issues you're talking about that I was having a lot of issues with food for some reason. They say, not all healthy food is good for you, and I believe that fact. I was having real issues. Well, my last fight that I had before I took some time off, that was when I actually found out what I was having issues with. I had gotten an infection in my gallbladder, and I was having some issues with my stomach, so it was having me lose a lot of weight, and I wasn't who I was, and that last fight was what made me go and check and see what was going on. So at the time we went and I did a blood food sensitivity test, and come to find out that there was a lot of the stuff that I was consuming I couldn't eat, which had to do with a lot of red meat, all that type of stuff. So I had to switch up my diet in a big way, which I cut all my red meat off, and then I just started eating. I was eating from just chicken, turkey, and that's it for meat and fish, and then I stopped doing that and I was introduced to being a vegan, and I tried it, and the best decision I've ever made. The weight cut's been easy, everything has been great. The energy is super dope. I can't complain, bro, and because of those issues that I was having with my stomach and all that, I realized something needed to change, and I did, and it's been paying off.
And now, of course, we're going to get to the fight. BKFC 28. David Lopez is the opponent. How much film study are you doing? How much looking into, even if there's not stuff on him, just into generally watching BK have you done in lead up to getting in there?
The what you call it, the lead up has been great. David Lopez, I think he was one of the tryouts or something like that. I think I picked up on it and I saw that. I think the 2 fights that he had. He's a game opponent. I've always said this, man. Anybody that chooses to step in any kind of ring, whether it's BKFC, MMA, anything, any type of combat sports, you got to give them respect. You just have to. People think that it's easy, something that is easy for us to do, and it's not. So I give them nothing but respect. We've been training. We've been excited. The training camp has been great. Weight cutting has been great. Diet, everything has been great. We're just excited, man. We're excited to get up in here. We're excited to bring on a show, put on it for New Mexico. I can't say nothing more, man. I'm just too excited, man. The dancing is just it's what's to take of the footwork that I got.
Can we expect that footwork on display in the walkout?
Oh, you already know. I got something nice and planned for the walkout. I'm coming out to something for my heritage. You know what I'm saying? I'm Puerto Rican, obviously PR, and I'm coming something out for that. You know what I'm saying? Representing my flag, and we're just going from there, man. I'm proud to say, you know what I'm saying? Since I've been out here in New Mexico, I kind of feel like they've adopted me. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to show love and make them proud, man. And you know what I'm saying? And there's going to be a lot of local other legends in the card that I'm excited to be on with. And I just want to be one of those to help, bring home the W, show love, and just represent New Mexico, man, in the most purest, fine, and, positive way.